of their hometown fans here in Cleveland.
As it has, their fans' excitement has grown right along with it.
And you know what? You can feel it in when you're trying to play on the road in the NBA.
All right, let's set it.
Right,
and it's Jackson in at the one spot.
Roof shots.
At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet 7 inch wingspan, and he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
He's off on the second. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only
Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember, but even then there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him, and that feeling turned out to be correct.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Cleveland on defense. 4-point game. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
Here's Irving. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Thompson, a screen on Jackson. And taken away by Johnson. Right side Jackson. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Jackson's got his first basket of the night.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Smith's shot is good.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
And for Detroit, they come in off a good outing against New Orleans.
And really the signature of that game was what they were able to do from a defensive standpoint, particularly on the low post.
Yeah, and they were up in the air an awful lot in that paint area, getting their hands on shots, a lot of them, but if they didn't block them or touch them, they actually changed it.
Here's Irving. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. That's a pick by Love. Smith kicks to Irving. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Tryn.
Kevin, I talked to him about the shot blocking they're certain to face in this matchup. He's certainly cognizant of it, and he told me this. If we can play a little more up-tempo and score before their bigs can recover, that will help. Also, getting them on the move in the half court, whether with ball movement or screens, will also serve us well. Kevin, if they can execute, they'll have some success.
Wonderful stuff, Doris. Thanks. What approach to use against the opposing D, I guess, in the front of their minds, it sounds like, guys.
And I think it's going to take not just one approach, but several. I mean, they are so good at making adjustments defensively. They'll have to be ready to adjust on the fly as well.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, this is a team that will give you a lot of different looks at the defensive end, so adjusting and adapting, critically important.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Drummond with a screen on Irving. Jackson dishes to Drummond. Stolen by Thompson. Now Cleveland moving it up. Here's Irving. And laid in to finish the break. Irving's got 8 points. Pistons have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Irving is out there with aint Shumpert. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Count that 1, and the Cleveland lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Drummond. Cleveland's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Jackson kicks to Harris. They double him with Love. Prince. Here's Drummond. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at Cleveland. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And checking out Detroit, a couple spots below.
Well, I think for Cleveland, I think they've lived up to their billing this season, that's for sure. It doesn't look like they'll be slowing down anytime soon.
Well, they can't afford to. I mean, this is a time of year when you've got to take your game up a notch. As good as they've been throughout the regular season, they've got to get better going forward.
And aint Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo. But he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set, and you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
And both free throws good for Shumpert.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to aint Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for you.
Left side, Prince. Inside. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Drummond. And stolen by Prince. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Here is a screen on Shumpert. Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And Freak throws it down.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
And for Shumpert last year, Clark, he added the defense and athleticism on the wing that Cleveland so desperately needed.
Yeah, he sure did, Kevin. And he also became a facilitator of all things. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from him, but he averaged over 3 assists a game, easily the best mark of his career.
Good point. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans got the job done. He finished with 19 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. Numbers like that make you anxious to see
what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be riding pretty high.
Smith checked in for Cleveland. And Detroit with a change here, too. Blake's checked in.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers. Both teams will make substitutions. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Cavaliers ahead, up by 15. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Prince, he's in at shooting guard. Harris is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. Irving against Jackson. It's Prince on the wing. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Johnson against Smith. Johnson, the pass to Prince. The reverse, and the rejection by James.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Here's Irving. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called a stretch four, but the numbers suggest he was exactly that. Nearly 1 out of every 2 shots he took was from 3, a much higher ratio than at any other time in his career.
The Cavaliers leading by 15. Smith outside. Love with the screen for Smith. The feed to Love. And a wide open look for James. Bounces high off the rim and drops. LeBron's got 8 points.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Jackson against Irving. Jackson dishes to Drummond. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. Pistons have missed 4 of their 8 free throws up to this point. Things not really going their way at the line yet.
72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
Iman Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And a switcher also for Detroit. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Johnson. No problems knocking that one down. Jackson's got 5 now.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Cleveland leading by 13. Outside Irving. In the corner, it's James. Back to Irving. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And it's now 23 points for Kyrie Irving.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
And Cleveland making it. And then for Cleveland, Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And Smith subbed in for Shumpert. Detroit also making some changes. Tobias Harris is checked in for Morris. Johnson comes in for Meeks. And Freak subbed in for Jackson. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron James is out there with Channing Frye. And it's Mozgov in at the center position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Mozgov kicks to Frye. Passes it to Smith, to the middle. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Johnson kicks to Caldwell-Pope. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And guys, you know, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2 guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
A different look now for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson comes in for Mozgov. And it's Kevin Love in for Channing Frye. On the topic of Caldwell Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college grade, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development.
And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career-high 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Frye comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert's checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Mozgov's shot is off.
You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forwards, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most out of him, you have to put him in the right matchups.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Cavaliers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And this will push their record of 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Greg, they've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Irving. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And that one's good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, it gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch their breath.
Yeah, reach it.
That free throw, no good.
Shooting for Cleveland, Matthew Dellavedova.
And he sinks the second. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Blake kicks. Can't hit from in close.
Thank you, Kevin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game.
Kyrie, this dude is a composed, mature leader. Along with all that mental strength, he's got such an incredible feel for the game. He runs the floor, he passes beautifully, and he can shoot from lights out from anywhere on the court.
He flat out dominated. I mean, you see the kind of plays he was making all over the court. This is a game, no matter who they put on him, he wasn't going to be denied. His offensive power was in full effect.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal.
Yo, freak, what's up, baby? What's up? We see you.
Yo. I never had this feeling with any other woman in my life. And she gave me a different feeling, which was something I fell in love with. I never asked her to be my girlfriend. It just became that. You could tell when we started falling, like, I get a text message and she's
tough matchup tonight. We could very well end up facing these guys in the postseason. So it's important to learn what we can and show them we're not about to back down. If we get it done here, it'll give us that much more confidence if we see them again. The stakes are raising every day at this point, so I better man up.
On the floor for the visiting Detroit Pistons. At power forward, Anthony Tolliver. At the other forward position, Tobias Harris. At point guard, Reggie Jackson. At center, Andre Drummond. At the other guard position, Freak. The head coach of the visiting team is Stan Van Gundy.
It's game time here in Miami as the crowds at the American Airlines Arena look to cheer on the hometown Heat. The Detroit Pistons come into this one after the win against the Bulls in Chicago.
I think everyone who saw that game would just have to agree was about what they could do defensively in terms of winning.
And I thought the activity was tremendous all over the court defensively, and that kind of hustle is going to pay off for you, and it also is going to keep your coach happy.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for Detroit, the big men, Tolliver and Drummond. Jackson is out there with Freak, and it's Harris in at the 3 slot. Now here's Jackson, following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his first foul.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
And Miami has possession. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, but when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s as a team, and they did that in that game, it is just not going to be your night.
No, it's certainly not going to be your night shooting that quarter. And so often when that happens to a team, it's hard to get out of that funk once you get into it.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state, but what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years, but he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
Here's Dragic. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. It's Dragic with the drive. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. And what'd you find out, Doris?
Yes, Kevin, he told me their game plan offensively today is a relatively simple one. He wants to see as many plays run through the low post as possible. He said physically, we're the stronger team, and we need to use that to our benefit. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. All alone, rips down the breakaway slam.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Jackson's got his second basket of the night. The Heat have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Dragic against Jackson. Here's Bosch. And just miss after miss right now.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Harris. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Dishes it to Dang. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dang's got his first basket.
And didn't have to go strong there. Just a little bit of the finger roll to get it up over the D.
Jackson passes to Prince. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Pistons.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Now here's Dragic. No good from 11 feet.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Drummond a screen. Jackson drives in. Rebound by the Heat. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Greg, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten the win.
That's good. Jackson's got 6.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Now here's Dang. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And also defensively, guys, he kept them off balance with 4 steals on the night.
Wade against Prince. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dang grabs the miss. The Heat trail by 9. It's Dragic with the drive. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
And talking about Whiteside,
for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Freak subbed in for Jody Meeks. Chris Bosh is out there with Dang. Then it's Johnson, and it's Green, and it's Wade in at the point guard. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
And check out the bounce.
Oh, bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right, showing him off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Now here's Prince. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Chicago.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Johnson. Shot is no good. Good D by Drummond. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Trying his luck deep. Another miss by Prince. The Heat with the lead. Dang dishes to Wade. Bosch picks up the loose ball, but he was in the backcourt. They'll give it up. Well, it's not just point guards that can pass the rock. Here are the assist leaders among shooting guards over the span of the last month. The fourth spot held by Dwayne Wade.
And what that group has a great understanding of is the importance of ball movement. I mean, they can all create their own shot, but their superb ability to set up teammates really stands out.
Yeah, I think you've got to attribute it to the unselfish attitude that each of them has. I mean, sure, they're going to attack and make sure they get their points, but they get just as much satisfaction in racking up assists, too.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bulls was simply terrific. He finished with 15 points and was his usual self on the glass, grabbing just about any missed shot that came off the rim. This was just the latest in what has been a string of strong performances from him. Will we witness one tonight, guys?
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
It makes you wonder what kind of defense they'll throw at him tonight. I mean, however they choose to play him, it's still going to take a special effort to keep him under control.
Pistons have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. .52 seconds left to play here in the half. And Baines kicks to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Prince.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And it's sent back by Truman. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The Pistons trailing. Jackson passes to Prince. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Wow. He got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple. Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
Prince against Green. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line.
And a pretty tight.
Kevin, I'm here